Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to GameStar TV. I'm EJ, your host tonight for the eLeague.gg GameStar Spring Series Overwatch Division 1 action. And we are into the second match of round 3. It's going to be Wumbology versus Abyss. I want to do a quick shout out to our sponsors, of course, Zowie, Strive for Perfection. The broadcast has been powered by XSplit. We love using Challenge for our match management system. And we're hanging out with the community over at player.me. Come and say hello. And, of course, Plantronics' official headset sponsor. We're going into the map over to Xenox and Genome.
Thank you very much, EJ. So we are finally into the game already. No waiting around, Genome. Straight into it. Wumbology taking on Abyss here on Lijiang Tower to kick things off. And, of course, the other maps we're going to have is Numbani and Nepal. Genome, obviously the last games went very one-sided. Do you think possibly we could see a bit more even action here in this game?
I'm definitely hoping so. Wumbology got to prove themselves here in Division 1, and they've got 2 King of the Hill maps to do it on, so they're going to need to bring their boxing gloves here because it's going to be a big brawl tonight.
And Wumbology, one of the teams that have been brought up from that Div 2 into Div 1 now, they are going to be the blue team, and of course the red team is Abyss. Genome, if you want to take us through the players' names and what they're playing.
Wumbology today have Igo Stripe on the Zaya, Absence playing Tracer, Bangs on the Zenyatta, Lenzo on his Reaper, Gob on the Winston, and Pandy is playing his Lucio.
And for Abyss, they've got Safira on the Lucio, Sweet Sato on that ever-reliable Winston, Project on the Ana, Spazwana on that Zaya, Spoonzel on the Roadhog, and Apathetic on the Tracer. So we're about to get underway. Apathetic already gone right into that backline as well as Sweet Sato jumping straight onto Lenzo, but he gets taken down. The Monkey is not going to like that one. Spazwana killing Gob as well. So both of the Winstons are down at the moment. 8 seconds until the point unlocks. Spazwana's going to go to the grave as well, but so does Bang. So it's 4v4 action at the moment happening here on Lijiang Tower between Wumbology and Abyss to start things off already, and it's going to be a really good start coming out for Wumbology if they can get this point, but it's going to be a Project killing Lenzo. They've lost that Reaper. They are going to get the point though, but they did going to so Apathetic does go down, so Abyss not the start they want to see, and it's going to be Absent falling as well. Genome.
Yeah, Apathetic having a very long one-on-one there with Igo Stripe, and he lost it, and as a result it looks like Abyss have got control of this now, as the Primal Rage Winston is the only one left on the point. The rest are coming across the bridge now, but I'm not sure they're going to get there in time, and they've contested it for long enough to get 30% already. But finally, Abyss have taken it back as Sweet Sato slaps them back across the bridge, and Pandy falls down into the gap there. Nice retake there by Abyss, but Wumbology, they've got to be happier. They sort of just pull 30% out of nowhere there.
Yeah, very good start from Wumbology to get onto the point first and foremost, but what a comeback there from Abyss. They would have been much happier with that, grouped up, got the kills, and what a hook from Spoonzel. Igo Stripe is going into the pond and jumping out into the back line. Sweet Saver looking for more kills. He is going to be able to kill Bangs. The rest of Wumbology having to get away. Gold's going to fall down, and it's already 32% now in favor of Abyss. They've picked themselves up, and they've got themselves into a much better position.
Wumbology being very safe here. Look how far back they're holding. They are respecting the Roadhog. They know that they can't push outside that unless they're all there, or they're going to get taken down. And luckily they put the Winston out first, and that's the right move because he can jump back up after getting hooked. They chucked out the Graviton Surge. Abyss are all in there. And Spaz isn't going to go down. Spoonzel, Sweet Soda, and Spaz all going down here. Nice engagement by Wumbology. I think they might have taken this fight, Xenox.
Yeah, great connection and great communication coming out from Wumbology there. Abyss just getting a little bit too, I guess, forefront and got caught out. 34% and counting, and they've stopped Abyss at 58%. So Abyss maybe a little bit... Probably thought coming into this game they would be able to take this one rather comfortably against sort of that Div 2 team coming up to Div 1, but Wumbology is not going to be an easy pushover, but Lenzo, he gets a triple kill! Apathetic is going to get 2 as well, but it's still in favor of Wumbology. They're getting the kills that matter. They're going to be able to hold on to this point, and what a great team fight going the way of Wumbology.
Yeah, so Bangs pops his Transcendence to try and counter that Graviton Surge there. It I think maybe they were banking on Spoonzel chucking out his Death Blossom, which he did, and it countered that, but it didn't counter Apathetic's Pulse Bomb getting 2. But in the end, Wumbology still keeping it together, and that's a lot of ults used on the side of Abyss. They've got a Nano Boost here to counter this fight, so let's see if they can use that to any effect and take the point back, as 75% goes for Wumbology, Xenox.
Yeah, it's ticking up very quickly. They've lost Project though, so no Nano Boost is going to come out in favor of Abyss, as Gob took him down. Absence OG killing Spoonzel as well, but it's Spaz1 and Apathetic trying to get their team back into it, as Abyss get a couple of kills to go their way, but Absence OG takes down Apathetic. What a pick off. Now the Graviton Surge Pulse Bomb combination. Absence OG. Wow. Well, that was OG from Absence, and they're going to surely get this point. No one's there for Abyss. What a start for Wumbology.
Yeah, it almost seemed like a battle of the Zayas there, didn't it? There were just Graviton Surges coming down every 30 seconds, it seems like. And obviously, for that to be happening, the Zayas need to be doing a lot of damage. And we saw this in the qualifier. I was fully expecting Igo Stripe to come out here and be a really strong Zaya. Spaz doing a good job for his team as well, but they just weren't as coordinated, it seemed like.
So, what a start there, Dr. Nada. Wumbology, was that expected?
They must have allowed this through, because they let 2 Koth maps go through, so they must have favoured the Koth here. So they might have drafted for this, and Abyss, not knowing them very well, let that get through, and they've snuck out a map that they want. So it looks like they're going to take a few points off here and show us what they're made of.
And also, Gaima, I mean, you kind of missed the whole Div 2 situation. Now seeing Wumbology, are you surprised?
Yeah, I am, because in qualifiers, they weren't this strong, but they appear to have stepped it up, and it's good to see.
Yeah, very good action. They're going to start things off, but they have lost 2 members already. As Spoonzel does take down Gob, Sweet Sato killing Bang, so Abyss stepping things up. Here to kick off the second round on the Zowie scoreboard. It is in favour, though, of Wumbology, 1-0.
Yeah, so we were talking to them in the lobby beforehand, Wumbology, and asking them if they were using the same roster as they did in the qualifiers, and they said they had made a couple of changes. I'm not sure exactly which players they have switched over, but maybe, you know, as a newly formed team with a couple of new members, they thought, hey, Koth's better, it's easier to synergize with and just brawl it out, and so they're doing well here. And let's see if they can come in. No, 2 picks straight away for Abyss, Xenox.
Yeah, not the greatest start there from Wumbology to kick things off here. They've lost this team fight once again. It's a team wipe in favor of Abyss, and they'd be much more happy with how this round's going.
Look at this, pushing all the way to the choke here. This is one of the big advantages when you get a nice clean team fight like that and you don't have to wait for any of your teammates to respawn. You can push all the way up to the choke and just pressure them in there. Keep them in that little bottleneck, and things like the Zaya Graviton Surge become so much more powerful. Obviously, Wumbology, they're discussing something here. They have a little pause, and now they go in and try to work out what ultimates to use, maybe.
Oh, that Graviton Surge, though, kept them all in place and kept them off the point. They haven't really looked the way they were in that first game. They haven't had any sort of synergy or anything go their way. But here comes the Graviton Surge coming out from Igo Stripe. Can they get some kills from this? He does die immediately to Apathetic. They got absolutely nothing out of that Graviton Surge. A little bit of a waste, in fact, as Apathetic continues to get kills. 1 and then 2. Lenzo goes down. 71% for Abyss. They look switched on. They look like the Abyss we know. And this is much better from them.
Apathetic is just shredding them. We haven't seen anyone else on the kill feed. Sweet Sato getting a couple here and there, but Apathetic is obviously doing his job. We saw him having a bit of a duel, but it was between him and Absence on the Tracers last round. Maybe Absence got the better of it, but Apathetic is certainly getting the better of it in this second point.
Well, Abyss, they didn't look that great in that first round. Spoonzel pops the Death Blossom. He gets the kill onto Igo Stripe, but they've been so much better. They've been very clinical in this second round here on the King of Hill on Lijiang Tower, and they are looking like they're going to get that 100-0 sweep as Sato gets the kill onto Bang. Spoonzel gets another double kill. He has been the one that's turned it around for his team, and so is Apathetic, and the rest of Abyss following suit. It's now 1-1 on the Zowie scoreboard.
Wow, so, you know, on Koth maps, you often see it go to 100-0, and you're like, oh, well, maybe it was just a bit of a, you know, the ults got rolling, but that time, no, absolutely not. They were winning those fights without losing a man. How do you think they did it so convincingly, Doctor?
I think they just, once you came to the second map, they dropped that Ana, and I think running that Ana on the first point was a bit of overconfidence, and now they're back to that standard jump comp with the Monkey and the Lucio and the Zen. they've realized, hey, we got to respect this opponent here, and we can't just go in with a lineup that we really just want to abuse and pick people off really early with something like a hog.
And Geimer, that was a much better performance from Abyss, something you maybe should have expected in the first round.
Yeah, I have to agree with Doctor though. Now they're playing a lineup which they're really comfortable on. These heroes are the ones who they have been playing with for months now, and to be back on that, I think advantages them.
Well, they've gone straight onto Project, so nice pick up there from Lenzo, who's now onto the Genji. That's the best start. That's a much better start coming out from Wumbology, because Igo Stripe is going to take down Safira. They have lost Lenzo, though, but Gob and Pandy get the kill onto Spaz and Sweet Sato, and this is going to be a much better start from Wumbology. They're going to be able to capture the point to start things off.
That was so great. So they went all the way up the round onto the top left there, waited until Abyss were thinking, where are they? Are they on the point? They are waiting for us somewhere, and they were, and they pounced. They all moved across. They got to pick on the support up the back. Just great strategy. I don't think Abyss had ever seen that before, and it just wins Wumbology that ever important first capture on the point there.
Yeah, so 20% and counting already as Abyss come through the courtyard. They're going to try and get onto this point. Sweet Sato popping that monkey shield. Gob getting into the back line, looking for Project once again. They want to take him down, and they do, but they've lost Absence OG. But in the process of all that, Sweet Sato died for Abyss as well. So it's going to be a 5v4 advantage in favor of Wumbology. They've lost Gob, but Banks turns down Sephiroth. The Dragon Blade comes out from Lenzo. He's going to be able to kill Spoonzel. Igo Strike getting the kill into Apathetic as well. So no real DPS now alive for Abyss. And at 44%, it's still Wumbology holding strong.
Igo Stripe losing his charge there, though. I think one of the most important things about keeping that, one of the things that helps your momentum at the start of a Koth map is that your Zarya is usually really charged up, and Igo Stripe was there just going down to the Tracer Pulse Bomb at the end, which I think was totally worth it. And here they go, they're trying to cut off the reinforcements of Wumbology as they come in. They're not trying to cap the point, but there's 2 or 3 of them just left on the point, not doing much. Gob and Igo Stripe getting some kills. The Graviton Surge goes out. It's got the Lucio in there. He's going down. And they're getting a back cap in there. The Lucio's just being a little sneaky on the point. And they take it. Abyss have got the points, Inox.
Yeah, nicely done from Saphira. They're going to get that sneaky cap, but now they're going to be able to control it because they got the kill onto Lenzo and Gob. Igo Strike coming back though, taking down Spoonzel. And now the Graviton Surge comes out, but have they got any damage? The Pulse Bomb comes out. It takes down Saphira. Nicely done from Absence OG. They might be able to flip this one back in their favor. Wumbology. They took down Sweet Sato as well. The point is now capping, and at 73%, they won't need much more, but Spazwana comes back. Project is going to pull a desperate Tranquility. Oh, it's Pandy's going to go down. He couldn't get that ultimate off in time. He just died as he was casting it. Now it's going to be the Death Blossom, but they're going to get him anyway because Bangs took him down. 33% for Abyss, but they are losing members rather rapidly. Sweet Soto taking down Bangs, and now it's Apathetic coming back and killing Igo Stripe. 40% now, and Abyss getting back into this one.
Wasn't that just a lovely tango between those two Zenyatas there, dancing around each other with their arms up in the air, popping out the healers with Transcendence. So Abyss have managed to get it up to 50% here, and they're moving up to hold this nice little choke. They're not holding too forward though. They're being a little bit circumspect about them. They're giving Wumbology some respect here, and I think they might have given them too much room because the Winston's going in with the sound barrier, and they're getting right onto them. A couple of them on the point now. Sweet Sato taking down Lenzo, and Spaz has gone down for Abyss. Gob getting another one with a Primal Rage. Can he slap anyone else off the point? Spoonzel gets... Oh, he doesn't quite get the kill, but Apathetic's there to help him. Igo Strike on the point, dodges the Pulse Bomb this time, and I think Abyss might maybe get this. Xenox, what do you think?
Well, he actually didn't dodge that Pulse Bomb. He actually got 2 kills with that, thanks to Absence OG dashing into a friend. So Apathetic doing a nice job on the Tracer for Abyss. Now, 93% in counting. They have turned this one in their favor. They're looking very likely they could cap this, although Absence OG needs a quick little blink to get onto it, and he just got onto it in time. It's overtime. Bangs takes down Project. The Death Blossom from Spoonzel doesn't really connect as Bangs gets the double kill. Then he's going to pop that Tranquility. Sweet Soto has to pop the Primal Rage. The Pulse Bomb comes out onto Pandy. Apathetic, nicely done. Igo Stripe gets knocked down. In fact, he just dies as he killed himself on that monkey. Pulse Bomb onto Saphira. The Tracers are trying to get the kills, and they are. But now Sweet Soto taking down Absence OG. There's no one left on the point. Finally, Gob comes back. So does Lenzo. They've got to get something, but Lenzo gets taken down. Apathetic and Sweet Soto capturing the kills. Gob by himself dies. It's 2-1 in favor of Abyss now on the Zowie scoreboard.
Good final attempt there by Wumbology, but they can't quite hang on, and Abyss go up 2-1. I think, as Doctor said, the new lineup is working out for them.
Yeah, they've really come back there from that last loss in that last map. And throughout that match, even though they got that first cap, they held it the whole time, and that was a really solid defense. But once the fights got down to a more brawly, the experience came through from Abyss there, and they were able to clean up the fights a little bit quicker than Wumbology was, and I felt that really helped them secure that point there.
And Gaima, that was again the Abyss that we know, but do you think there's a possibility of Wumbology forcing that game 5? They still got to 73%, and they didn't look like they got as steamrolled.
Yeah, but I have to worry if maybe it's to do with the specific points, and if you remember, this is the point where Abyss totally steamrolled them.
So they're going to try and fight around in this mainframe area. They've lost Gob already, so they're not as, I guess, accustomed to those smaller enclosed areas, as Gaima was mentioning. And then Bangs and Lenzo die immediately as well. It's going to be another Abyss early cap to start things off here on Lijiang, and they are now looking well and truly in control of this game.
Yeah, I think Gaima brings up a good point there. Night Market is... no, sorry, not Market. Garden, I think, is definitely the most different out of the 3 points here on Lijiang Tower. And I think with Wumbology taking that one, it's a different game to Night Market and Control Center, having lost both of those to Abyss. So they're probably going to be a bit sad that they happened into this one this time, but they've got to just work out something to try and reverse the trend in these last 2 games.
Yeah, Abyss now up to 24%. It is ticking up rather quickly, and Wumbology need to get moving. They've got to try something. They've lost so much health there, and they're stuck in this mainframe. They're getting absolutely choked now in this chokehold as Gob takes down Apathetic, who moved in a little bit too far without the rest of his teammates. Sweet Sato goes down as well. Spazwana did get the kill onto Gob, but they're pushing on thanks to the Graviton Surge as well. Absence with a double kill. Pulse Bomb takes down the supports of Abyss, and now it's going to be Igo, Stripe, and Banks getting the kills and securing this point.
Oh, I love the patience there from Wumbology. They just hold in the server room and eventually Abyss overextend. Igo Stripe gets his charge up and they push in, use the Graviton Surge to clean up those last 3. Really, really well executed. You rarely see patience like that from a team, and it absolutely paid off. Mad props to Wumbology for that one. Let's see if they can get this next fight and keep the point, their points ticking up.
Yeah, they've lost Banks early, but Lenzo taking down Spoonsil's a nice job for Wumbology to try and keep hold of this point. At 30% now, they're in this game still standing, but they've lost Pandy. There goes that Lucio healing as Sweet Soda is jumping around, trying to get the kills. Project's going to go down to God, though, as the Pulse Bomb comes out. Apathetic with a double kill again. The combinations have been perfect from Abyss. They've really turned things back around after that first game loss, and they should be able to get back in control of this point once Absence dies.
Apathetic's just making the difference, isn't he? Whether it's been the kills or getting those pulse ones, he has been landing so many of them tonight. They're really hard to stick. It doesn't matter how good you are at Tracer, you're not going to always stick those pulse bombs, but Apathetic's doing it tonight, and it is paying off in spades for Abyss.
Yeah, Abyss, not the best start in this best of 5, but they're back in control at 2-1 on the Zaz scoreboard. The Tranquility is going to come out extremely early from Banks. So God took down Project, but Igo Stripe is going to die to Apathetic in that backline as they try to take down Sweet Sato, but they're going to get turned around because Spoontle pops the Death Blossom as he's trying to get onto the supports in the backline. He does take down Abyss, though. That's what you want to see. Lenzo with the Dragon Blade gets 1 then 2, but Apathetic! He's done it again! Oh my goodness, the Pulse Bombs are on point, and so is Abyss.
I couldn't even tell which one he stuck it onto there. Was it the Genji or was it the Genji that dashed into the Zenyatta, or the other way around?
Well, it happens so fast in Overwatch as that, well, in fact, there's a bit of a back cap, but it looks like it might be all finished here, and no one should be able to get onto the point. There it is. Abyss take it 3-1 on the Zero scoreboard, and they'll take the first win out of this 3 games series tonight. Dr. Nada, in the end, it was a shaky start for Abyss, but they got going after the first game.
Yeah, once they got going there, and even though they lost that second point there on that last map, they came back on the same map and showed us, hey, we can play this map as well. They've shown us that they look like a team that's going to be favored in the KOF maps here, so they've got a draft somewhat in their favor, but it'll come down to whether they can push through that experience from Abyss here. So the Abyss experience showed there at the end, but they really came back, so it's looking good for them going down in this series.
And Geimer, obviously Abyss in the end taking it in their favor, but Wumbology has to have a little bit of credit go their way, coming from Div 2 now to Div 1. They're playing against a team that's stuck together for a long time. There's potential there for them, isn't there?
Oh, definitely. And the fact that they were so strong in that first point just kind of shows that they do actually have the skill there. They just got to step it up, though, because Div 1 isn't a competition where you can just kind of take your back seat. You need to be on your A game. And I mean, we saw that last match. We're seeing it this match. Whichever team doesn't show up, they're going to be in trouble. And I think potentially Abyss were a little bit complacent coming into that first COD map. And Wumbology punished them for that. And so Wumbology, they just need to step it up. And if they step it up, I think that they can take this next one.
And with the next map is going to be Numbani Geimer. It's a bit more open area compared to some of those tight Lijiang maps. Do you think this could favor them?
Yeah, it'll really come down to how they pick their compositions and whether they can punish Abyss for some of their compositions, because one of the things Abyss generally lacks is a Genji. So if you can turn it into a Genji-centered match, then whatever team's facing Abyss gets a little bit of an edge. But in saying that, though, Abyss are also really comfortable playing against Genji, because that's what they've been doing for the past couple of months. And so it could go either way.
Yeah, we saw some good Lenzo play, some good Genji play from Lenzo in that last Koth map. So when they get to their turn to attack, maybe they will be pulling out that Genji, but it looks like he's going to be on the Pharah on defense, Inox.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for that pharmacy combo, try and control that high ground here defensively on the first point of Numbani. And it will be Lenzo on that Pharah. As we actually still waiting for Absence OG to take a pick and see what he'll be deciding to go with. Now, Gino, could we be seeing Spoonsel on that Bastion, or have we got a troll?
That's a troll. That's a troll. I'm calling. Apathetic on the Widow, however. He is one of the few players in our scene who are known to be able to pick up the Widow and do something with it. So that might not be a troll. I'm still not convinced, but it could be coming out. We'll see.
Well, I think, Widowmaker on the first point of Numbani is actually really good, because if she can get those picks, it does, I guess, change the dynamic of the fight that is going to be happening and give them that sort of 6v5 advantage. So it's definitely something that is viable, and I think it looks like it could be happening.
And they don't know that they're coming up against a pharmacy combo, but the Widow could be a really good counter for that. Are they pushing it? Yeah, they're pushing out with the Widow. So they've got the Reaper for the close range damage. Let's see if Apathetic can swing his way up the top here and take rid of this, get rid of this Pharah. Oh, the Pharah sees it. She knows he's got to be careful now and backs off. As the rest of the team just poking around the top left side here. Apathetic's moving up into Main Street, just trying to get the angle on that Pharah. And Strap, he's just holding the top here with Gob. Apathetic's been jumped on by Lenzo, and he's in a really bad position here, getting picked up. Oh, I don't know. Maybe his team should have come in to save him there, Xenox. That was not the most well-coordinated push-up scene.
Yeah, no, that was actually really strange to see from Abyss. What they had Apathetic on the Widow in the main street, but what they did have was Sweet Sato and Spoonsel, who were actually in the bottom right, and then the rest of the team were actually up the stairs trying to come up onto the top balcony. So they had a very split sort of push. I'm assuming it was very reliant on taking down Lenzo, get that kill, and then it was the go button to go in. Now they're all just going to go in anyway, clean up what they can, see if they can get any kills. They are going to be able to take down Absence OG, but they've lost Spazwana in the process as Spoonsel takes down Gob. Now they're going to try and spill around onto the point. Lenzo need to get some picks, and there it is. He takes down Safira, doing his job. There's the nano boost onto Sweet Sato as he takes down Bangs already. Project also gets himself a kill onto the panties, so the support killing the support. Sweet Sato's not done, takes down Lenzo, and Abyss finally doing a nice job getting onto this point with a very solid push.
Well, Sweet Sato absolutely making up for the deficiencies of Apathetic there, because everyone knows that's your number one job as a McCree. If there's a Pharah on the other team, you need to be focusing on that. And he let Lenzo just rock up behind him and chunk two of the rockets straight into his butt. So Sweet Sato getting, he had the nano boost on him to help him out there. And that was really lucky that they got that point in the end, I think.
Yep, so 4 minutes and 20 seconds is going to be Abyss's time to get to this second point here on Numbani. And, well, we're going to see a very early Graviton Surge. Only Safira gets caught. Now Spoons will get sucked into it, so they might be able to get Spoons. He's going to wreck away, but they did take down Safira. And Igo Strut doing a nice job to pick himself a double kill there. And I guess, in a way, just halt their time a little bit on that time bank. But it's not maybe the best area to get the kills because they're going to just walk straight back.
It's not going to hold their time a lot, is it? They're so close to spawn that those guys are going to respawn and be back there in 10 or 15 seconds. To use the Graviton Surge for that, that's something you want to be winning a defining team fight with. Oh, and Spoonzel, he comes in from nowhere, gets 2 kills with the Death Blossom and gets out Scott 3, but a nice res comes in from Panji and he gets 3. Also going down everywhere here. Abyss picking up 4. Lenzo gets onto Safira and they've nullified that resurrection. Nice fight there. Spoonzel getting up top here on the Reapers and Ox.
Yeah, Wumbology seem a little bit out of depth right now. The pharmacy's not working. They've changed now immediately. Lenzo's gone over to that Genji, and we're going to see the supports now change to that Lucio and a combo. Spoonzel's still not done. Takes down Abyss, Absence OG. Abyss now with 4 minutes and 37 seconds. That is so much time coming around the final push on Numbani. And, well, Gino, they'd be very happy with this after what was a shaky Koth game, and now they look back in control, especially here on Numbani.
Yeah, and Earthshatter getting blocked by God there. The Absence OG gets a nano boost put on him. Is he going to come out with the ult here? Yes, he is, but he's not going to get anything. Great bubbles there by Spaz to make sure that that nano boosted Reaper ult, which can be so effective, doesn't go anywhere. Apathetic chucking out the high noon. God gets his shield up just in time, and the payload keeps moving forward. Nice Graviton Surge here. Can they convert on it and just get through this last point? I think they might be able to. Are we going to see any stall heroes come out here, Xenox?
No, I don't know. They're running out of time. 3.65 meters is the task. They've got so much time in the bank. They're going to need something miraculous. Lenzo's going to go down to Spaz 1. Penny just trying to boop them away, but that's not going to be able to do much. The Graviton Surge is going to keep them onto the point. That's not where you want them, though. And the Earth Shatter from Sweet Soto takes down Absence OG. Now they're trying to finish off Figo Stripe. He falls as well, swinging that hammer around Sweet Soto, and it's at 0.00. Now it's finally capped. 3 minutes and 21 seconds, and on the Zowie scoreboard, Dr. Nada, they are looking strong once again.
Yeah, Abyss looks back in form here, and they look really strong here. They recognize that Mercy was, and even though that big res came out in the middle stage, they actually had stuff to clean up immediately after, and they got the picks really quick. Abyss has shown what they're made of here. Wumbology got a decent stall out, not that long, but they're going to be looking to have to play some sort of very aggressive attack here because it's a very good time bank that they've got left on Abyss.
Yeah, and Geimer, as you pretty much said before pre-game, this is looking like Abyss well and truly back in control. They've been together for such a long time. They know how to handle these situations. Looking like they might even be able to take out the next map after as well. They just look well in front of Wumbology now.
Yeah, definitely. Abyss have a lot of experience, and a lot of experience together. Even playing with their sub project, they're still looking really powerful, especially with Spoon getting, you know, his usual clutch Death Blossoms. And Apathetic has been doing quite well. And that makes quite a big difference when your DPS players, you know, really come on fire. And this is still doable for Wumbology, but Numbani is a map which Abyss have played so many times, it really has to be tough.
And Genome, now we've got obviously the boys from Wumbology having to attack. There's a lot of time for Abyss, but could we see Wumbology have a really strong attack and maybe they're just not as good on defense?
Well, look, this is a very interesting lineup by Abyss on defense here. They've obviously gone for the mobile nano-boosted Winston is what they're aiming for here. Usually you see a Reinhardt to just hold this this top section near the Doomfist poster, but they're saying no, it doesn't matter where they come, we want to be out, we want Sweet Sato to get to them. And look, I completely agree with it. Sweet Sato is such a kick-ass Winston. I think it's a great idea. And here we go, they're coming in low, and Sweet Sato's right into the middle of it.
Yeah, this is going to be a very early start of the fight as Bangs takes down Sweet Sato, though, so that's not what Abyss want to see. Gob killing Apathetic as well, so a very strong hold coming out from Wumbology. Pandy was trying to skate away, but Spoonzel takes him down as they try to switch this one around. Spaz Wana falls down to Bangs, though. Spoonzel's not done yet, not giving up on this fight. He's got to beat Lenzo, pops the reflection, going to have to wraith away as Bangs is going to be able to kill Project as well. Spoonzel continues to get that kills, takes down Bangs, but Igo Stripe gets himself a double kill, takes down Spoonzel, and now Sweet Sato though coming back as well as Apathetic, both getting a kill. Sweet Sato falls down to Absence OG. He's now trying to get the point by himself, trying to keep this one alive for his team. Pandy is going to be able to come back as well and hold out, trying to take down Apathetic, get him away from the point. Spazwana back down that main road. You've got to try and send him back. 2 minutes and 45 seconds, and this point is still contested, Genome.
An interesting battle. Both guys just coming in here really late with the spawns. And here all the ults are going out, and it looks like Abyss might be taking back control of this. Their respawns coming in just a couple of seconds earlier. And wow, Spoonzel, he was on such low health, and he came out, and I think he must have got a sick meat shot on Bangs because he went down so quickly. And, you know, a headshot or two from Bangs could have made that first point go a whole different direction. I think they were very close to capping it there. They did. Abyss did a really nice job just to eke out the defense, and now it's completely reset again with a whole bunch of ultimates on each side.
Yeah, 2 minutes to go now for the boys from Wumbology as we're going to break it down up top on the balcony. The Graviton Surge comes out as well as... In fact, we're going to see Pulse Bomb Apathetic! That's incredible. He's been on point all night with those Pulse Bombs, and he's going to send them all back to respawn and try one more time as Abyss, well, they've got this one locked in the bank right now.
Damn, Apathetic. Wow, so the synergy between Apathetic and Spaz here, just fantastic. They obviously practiced the Big Bang combo, as it's been called, quite a bit, and they're just making great use of it every time, getting 2-3 kills. It's just, it's hard to beat that. It's just such an efficient use of ultimates, and it's going to win you the fight every time.
Yeah, they're going to have to get the point rather sooner. They're going to have any sort of hope. As Gob is going to jump onto that balcony, falling back immediately as they try and contest this point. Igo Stripe goes in by himself. Now he has a bit of backup in Lenzo as the rest of his team starts to come on. Sweet Sato falls down to Absence OG. The Graviton Surge comes out. It's caught a couple. Banks, Lenzo, Igo Stripe. They're all getting a kill now. So is Gob. It's one kill for each of the members of Wumbology. And finally, they're going to be able to get this point, though. The Pulse Bomb comes out. It is not going to do anything this time from Apathetic. And finally, Wumbology are back in the game.
Yeah, very interesting the way they ults rolled in that fight, because the first fight was so unusual in that it was almost completely even between the two teams, which means we didn't see that, you know, the ult shift momentum. Both teams coming into that second fight had an equal amount of ult, and it pretty much stayed like that between the attackers and the defenders. We saw, you know, the Big Bang combo come out for both teams there, and yeah, the Graviton Surges were the difference between who could win that and who could defend that. But now they've got 2 minutes 40 to get to this next point, and they can't dilly-dally. These guys have got to get in there, and they've got to make it fast to compete with a 3-minute time bank, because both teams could be, you know, trying to take that first point. Here they go, Xenox.
Yeah, Wumbology is going to have quite a few ultimates, but Absence OG is going to whiff his Death Blossom. It's not going to do much. They need something now from Lenzo with that Dragon Blade, because the rest of the ultimates haven't really been that great. As Apathetic takes down Igo Stripe, and this could be the chance as the Deadeye comes out from Apathetic. Has he got... Oh, Lenzo! He's turned that around with the reflect, takes him down. Gob now onto Project in the backline. Bangs taking down Safera. They've got the kills, and they should now be able to push on and get this point.
What a play. That Deadeye looked like it was about to take out 3, maybe 4 people, and the first one he chunks it into is a reflecting Genji. Bad luck, Apathetic. Better luck next time, and the Reapers are having another little battle here up the top as they did last time. Let's see if Wumbology can keep this momentum going and get the point. They've already got less time than Abyss did in the time bank, so they really want to take the sack really bit. Wow! The Earth Shatter takes out 4. Spoonzel comes in with a Death Blossom, and that is a convincing hole by Abyss.
Yeah, that's going to send them all back to spawn. Have another crack at it. But Wumbology, yes, they have only got about 2 minutes and 40 seconds in their time at the moment. But if they can get a quick push going their way, they can at least say they got all 3 points and have a crack into the time bank overtime here on Wumbology. But they've got to get moving really, really quickly as they're going to come up onto the high ground now and possibly jump on top of Abyss and give themselves an opportunity to get something from this gravity surge that High Ghost Stripe has available. He is really low health and dies to Apathetic. That's not what they want as Absence OG takes out Apathetic, but the rest of Wumbology are falling. It's going to be now swinging Reinhardt with the nano boost. The Beyblade has been activated, takes down Lenzo and Pandy, and that's going to be another missed opportunity, and that pumpkin, it gets smashed.
Sweet Sato just casually chunking some pumpkins here, just as he did to all of Wumbology during that fight. The Rocket Hammer going to great use, or actually I think in the case of his skin, the Rocket Axe. Cleaving heads there. Wumbology, they've got 1 minute and 45 seconds left. They can still do this. They've still got a lot of ults. They've got a Graviton Surge they can combo with a Dragon Blade. That could get an easy wipe on Abyss. They need to use them well. They need to initiate the fight. But Apathetic in a really nice high ground position with his High Noon, Xenox.
Yeah, he doesn't get anyone though, so the Spinsel takes down God. They've got a couple of ultimates. The Dragon Blade is out for Lenzo. Can he get any kills? It doesn't look like it. Igo Stripe is going to go down. This is Wumbology's last-ditch effort. They've used so many ultimates and they've got nothing out of this other than some deaths, other than some walking back time, and it's going to be another wipe in favor of Abyss. They still look well and truly in control here, and Wumbology would be thinking, what could have been tonight? They have looked good in parts, but in other parts, they're still a little bit behind the rest of the pack.
You can't do that. You cannot chuck out a Graviton Surge and a Dragon Blade and get no kills for it. That is a sure way to lose a map. Look, it's still possible. They can still get this, right? They can push it in overtime and they can hold them at the first point to tie. I don't think a win is possible for them at this stage, but a tie is, look, that's still points on the board. And if you want to be getting the prizes at the end, if you want to be taking home Zowi's money, you need to get the points, guys. Spoonsel just getting so many picks on Absence as soon as they go in, though. Bit of a late nano boost there on the Death Blossom, but it's looking very dire here for Wumbology with only 15 seconds left on this map.
Yeah, they're so scattered as well. Those kills are going to wrap this one up. 10 seconds is the time to get them all there. Pandy is waiting around that respawn, trying to get that speed boost on a couple of their members, but I don't see how anyone's going to get there in time. Absence OG is going to wraith in there. Can he get on it? No, he can't. That's going to be it. So 3-2 in favor of Abyss Esports on the Zowie scoreboard. And Dr. Nada, it is also 2-0 on the night on the Zowie leaderboard. Abyss back in their in the way that they want to play.
Yeah, they're really in form right now. They kind of only lost that first point to a really good grab from Wumbology there. We committed 3 defensive ultimates on that defense, but just a good placed grab cleaned them all up. And they had an massive ult advantage going to the next point. But once it got down to that last point there, they really showed us what they're made of, and they rotated through their ultimates on every push Wumbology took in. And Wumbology kind of hesitated a few times, and they had ult advantage for a very short period, but they didn't jump on that opportunity to push and close that map out.
And Gaimo, I mean, what went wrong for Wumbology? Because there was parts within that game where they looked good, and there were some other parts where they just didn't look good at all.
I think part of it was just came down to team coordination. When they were fighting, they often had times where a few of them would just overextend a little bit, and the rest of the team wasn't really with them. And Abyss knew how to punish that, and it's a bit more easy to do on payload when compared to, for example, King of the Hill, like Li Jiang. So coming into Nepal, I think this is really where Wumbology will want to get some points on the leaderboard, because it is King of the Hill, and if they can just work on their coordination a bit better, they do have the potential to take out Abyss, but Abyss is on form, as Doctor said.
I just want to point out something about that Reaper battle. So you don't often see a 1v1 happening so often in Overwatch, but Absence and Spoons, they just kept going upstairs, and it was just 1v1 on the Reapers, and it's hard to win a Reaper 1v1, but it's also very hard to lose it, because as soon as you realize the other guy's got he's got a really heavy shot on you, you just wraith form out of there. You go back to your team and you get on with it. Absence obviously just had a lot of belief in himself, I guess, and just kept going, I can do this, I can get this first pick on Spoons, but it never happened. And as soon as Spoons got that point, got that pick, Abyss just went in, there's almost a death blossom every time, and it was just such an easy way to roll through there.
So we're going to head into Nepal for the final game of these 3 matches. Genome and I guess the other analysts, we're heading back into a King of the Hill. I'll ask Doctor first. Which map do you think this suits for either Abyss or for Wumbology? It could go both ways, in my opinion. They did look good on some parts of Lijiang, but King of the Hill went the way, of course, to Abyss in the first round.
I think Wumbology's strongest form here is on Koth, but Abyss has the experience of playing for such a long period of time. I think if Wumbology can lift their game a bit, and Abyss will probably have to stumble a little bit, it'll be rough for them, but I think their best shot here is on Koth, but I'd still favour Abyss here a fair bit.
And Gaima, your thoughts as well, heading into Nepal here for the final game of the night.
Yeah, I have to agree with Doctor. This is Wumbology's chance, but at the same time, it's going to be really tough for them. So if I had to give a prediction, it would be Abyss 3-1. I do think Wumbology can take a point.
So about to head into the game. Genome, if you want to take us through one more time of the teams, the blue team, of course, is the boys from Abyss, and the red team is Wumbology.
Yeah, let's see what they're going to stick on here. I think they might be fooling around with us a bit on their hero picks. Spoonsel looks like he's going to get on the Reaper. Sweet Sato, I'm expecting to be on the Winston. Spaz is going to be playing Zarya, I'm sure, as he has been all night. Project will see on the Zen. Apathetic doing amazing work on that Tracer, and Saphira is going to be swapping over to the Lucio. Oh, or is it the Ryan? Oh, sorry, the Anna. That would be a very interesting pick to see, but... No,
he's trolling you. He's trolling you.
I had him covered.
Lenzo on the Genji, Pandy on the Lucio, Absence OG on that Tracer, bangs on the Zenyatta, I go strike on Zarya, and Gump onto the Winston as we're about to head into this one. And you're going to see some action here on the point already as Gulp is going to fall down for Wumbology. They've lost Lenzo as well, the Apathetic getting the kill for Abyss, and they're not done yet. They just clean them up. They keep on following up with these kills. It's going to be a team wipe already to start things off, and they're going to get the point.
Well, I'm loath to call out Sweet Sato because last time I did on a King of the Hill map, he got picked almost immediately. But he was just so great there, wasn't he? Picking off people left and right. The Winston engage is such an important part of King of the Hill, and Sweet Sato does it perfectly. What I'm really interested in is the outside versus inside map going to be? Are we going to see that same skill difference between the teams here?
Yeah, Spoonsel is going to fall down already to Pandy, so that's a nice start there, but they did lose Igo Stripe. Absence OG is going to be able to kill Project as Apathetic takes down Pandy as well. Apathetic gets another kill, this time onto Lenzo. Sweet Sato is going to be able to take down Bangs. They are going to try and push onto the point, but it's only going to be Absence OG dashing around. He's going to fall down, though, to Apathetic. Gob killing Spazwana is a lost cause because he's going to die as well. And at 40% already in favor of Abyss, they are well and truly in control of this map as well.
Yeah, it's not like Wumbology have been, banking a whole lot of ults. They just haven't done enough damage yet to bring a lot of them up, and most of them will be coming up this fight. But that's in a couple of pushes, and at 60%, that's pretty late.
Yeah, it does tick very quickly. They've already lost Absence OG and Bangs. So again, another push where they've lost a couple of members really early on, as we're going to see some more kills coming out. Spoons will pop that Death Blossom, and Apathetic getting the kill. So they have been instrumental tonight. The DPS for Abyss and the whole team, in fact, have been on point. 75% and counting. Abyss aren't playing around anymore. They have looked very solid.
Yeah, maybe it was a bit of nerves. Maybe, they were just... a little shaky, maybe they didn't have their warm-up properly. Another nice pulse bomb there from Apathetic, grabbing 2, and you'd think probably this next team battle done as Lenzo only grabs 1 with his Death Blossom. and they've been pushed off again. Igo Stripe almost on his own. The others are going to push to the point, but they don't have time, and that's 1 up for Abyss already in Nepal.
Yeah, so Abyss getting the very nice start there, Doctor. One thing that's been noticeable all night is just how aggressive that they've been. They always just seem to want to get in there first, and even if they're actually defending a point, they're still so aggressive.
Yeah, they're getting Sweet Sato and Apathetic in there really quickly on that jump combo, and they're picking off supports a bit quicker. And the rest of the players are just staying alive for quite a long time and on quite low health a few times. So it's coming down to Wumbology just not closing out a few kills on very low health.
And Goma, it's looking like maybe that 3-1 prediction could be 3-0.
Yeah, I think that maybe Wumbology just needs to make a bit of a lineup change. Just throw Abyss off a bit, because throwing much the same again and again at Abyss probably isn't the best way to take a point off.
Who knows, maybe we'll see a Bastion come out on Village, but for the moment they're sticking for the same. And the Winstons have gone in. Igo's tried picking off Apathetic. That's a really important pick. We've seen him stick around and do so much, just be so annoying. Unfortunately, Spaz and Project get picks back the other way. It's 2-1 picks here, but who's gonna... Abyss have been pushed all the way back, and it looks like Wumbology getting control of the point here. But here comes a Tracer, and Sweet Sato taken down really quickly. He's that key, he's the linchpin for Abyss. Can they take this point without him? I don't know. Either way, it's been contested for a long time. No one's got control of it yet, Xenox.
Yeah, no, Spoonzel is dead, so there goes a lot of the firing power for the boys from Abyss. Now, Lenzo taking down Spazwana, that's the start they want to see, as well as this point capture. They've definitely turned things back on here, as Igo Stripe takes down Safira as well. 10% accounting already in favour of the boys from Wumbology. They'll be very much more happy with this start, and to kick things off, they're going to be able to take down Apathetic again, who just hasn't had anything go his way this map, and now at 20% already, it just keeps on ticking so quickly, and Abyss, well, they're going to have to group up and try again.
God with the golden Winston gun, just lurking over in the shadows here, waiting for someone to come out so he can get all of that damage. It looks like the team's trying to bait Wumbology over that side, actually, into him. But he's going to get so much damage done with his Tesla cannon there on all those guys in the Graviton Surge. Lenzo takes out Sweet Sato, and the Graviton Surge comes out for the attack up at Bangs. He's got the Transcendence to stop that.
Yeah, he's going to be able to keep most of them alive there. Spazwana did get a kill. He's got another one, this one onto Lenzo, but while this is happening, the point is still being capturing at 55% in favour of Wumbology. Now it's going to be the Primal Rage of God trying to just smack them away. Can he get any of them down? But that's Apathetic killing Bang. Sweet Sato took down Pandy. They've lost Gob and Absence OG as well. So a bit of a team wipe now as Abyss get back onto the point.
Man, when Abyss win a fight, they look dominant, don't they? Wumbology sort of seem to just eke out the victories, you know, they kill a couple, lose a couple, and then just end up on the point. But when Abyss win, it is crushing. Let's see what they can do here at the chokehold. They've got a great position, and they've got 2. Absence takes down Safira. They've got no Lucio to heal them back up now, but it doesn't really matter. Absence is the only one keeping himself alive with the recall there. They've cleaned up once again. Abyss in control, getting back up towards the 64% that Wumbology got with their first cap.
Yeah, slowly crawling back up now, just hitting 35%. They have looked much, much better, back in control. They've been able to get, I guess, a sort of fluidity back into their game on this map after a very poor start. They're now all back in control onto the point, and they're grouped up, and they're able to, I guess, determine how these fights are going in their way. What a way there with the Graviton Surge, going to get a couple of them. Oh, they're double kill from Spazwana. They're going to just destroy Wumbology. The only one alive is Absence OG, and there's not going to be much he can really do to save the rest of his team. He's going to have to just kind of keep running away.
Spaz flexing his muscles there on the Zaya. He knows they've done a great job there. And wow, they're so far out here that Absence OG, they're just chasing him down. And now that he's down, there's only 5 of Wumbology left to come in here, and they're not going to push it. They thought it looked like they were almost going to go for a sneaky try at the point there, because they were so out of position tracing Absence down on the Tracer. But they're going to wait for it. Oh no! Spoonzel getting 2, Lenzo dropping down, and that's another cleanup for Abyss.
Yeah, they just can't push on through at the moment. How good was that from Spintel? Dropping down from behind, then let them push in, and then I'm going to drop in from behind and just wipe them out. Great Death Blossom, and Lenzo conceded and jumped down. Project is going to be able to kill Absence OG, but most importantly, the point gets capped. It's 2-0 on the Zari scoreboard.
Doctor, what did you think about that? Abyss still seeming to be really dominant here, even after that first glimmer of hope that Wumbology gave us on Lijiang Tower right at the start of the night.
Yeah, when they've capped the point, every time they've capped the point, it's somewhat been off the open fight. And they've done well in those much more brawly fights where there is no objective and no direction to head in. But once the team took the objective, they sort of didn't. They split up a little bit and allowed Abyss to walk in on them and get key picks because things like Beats not hitting a few players. It'll come down to if they can group this up a little bit and just play the fight after and get those retakes off.
And do you think they should have changed something up here for this last village point? It's their last chance to stay in this King of the Hill match.
Yeah, they probably should have because they're gonna have a tough time again.
And we see that they've got 2 down already. Absence just picked up Project, always wanting to get on that Zenyatta if you're a harassing type hero. Takes him down, and it looks like they might be getting the better of Wumbology at the start of this fight yet again, Xenox.
Yeah, definitely much better. And getting the point very early here is Abyss at 2% and counting already. As they only need one more count to completely kill things off for tonight. Wumbology, they've been valiant, but they just haven't had that sort of finishing touch. But they've got the point, and they've been able to sneak in behind Abyss, who all got off it. Lenzo gets a double kill as well. They're going to try and flip the script. They're not done yet. Who knows? Maybe something miraculous could happen tonight. But Lenzo goes down to Spazwana. Penny is going to be able to kill Spoonzel, though, so that's a pretty nice pick off there for the Lucio. 15%. They are back in control as Wumbology. They've been very much valiant, but Abyss have looked the better.
Yes, Spoonzel, very important pick there. He seems to be the guy that's just holding the line. Apathetic doing a lot of work too, though. Igo Stripe going down now. There's a lot of blue on this point. The Abyss boys, they're keeping it. They've almost got it. Absence. He's sustained from the point. Oh, they're so close to capping it here. And every moment they don't is another percent that Wumbology gets back. Can they take it? Absence still there. Gob trying to take down Spoonzel. Apathetic fighting Gob here. And Igo Stripe has come back in. He's got the respawn. And Apathetic's not going to be able to contest that. So they got so close, but that whole battle went effectively to Wumbology.
Yeah, credit to Igo Stripe there, coming back in time, getting that barrier onto Gob, helping keeping him alive, and they were able to kill the rest of Abyss off there. 67% now, and well, maybe Wumbology could fulfill that 3-1 prediction for Geimer. He might be feeling a little bit better about the prediction now, as the Graviton Surge is going to try and keep them all stuck in. The Pulse Bomb is missed somehow. Suicida does get the kill. Lenzo pops that Death Blossom, but he falls down immediately, as Spoonzel now turns it around, gets himself a double kill, and Abyss back onto the point.
Yeah, they've got a long way to go, but it's not quite the death knell. 82%, you might be able to get a quick contest if Wumbology cap the point once more. If it's up at like 90%, it becomes very, very hard. 80%, maybe there's a chance, but in between then, they're still going to have to hold off another probably 2 pushes. So Abyss, they've definitely got the confidence. They've been doing this all night. They've looked really strong on cloth. Can they hold this next push? We've only got a Pulse Bomb on the side of Wumbology to do anything with.
Yeah, and Sweet Sato jumping straight into that backline, forcing a very early Tranquility out from Bangs, who gets onto the point now. 45% and ticking away for Abyss, as now it's going to be Gob trying to get that Tesla cannon away, trying to get some damage in from the Monkey, but it's going to be Sweet Sato getting the kill. Igo Stripe takes down Spoozle, but then he's killed himself as well. It's the bombs have really turned on him there. 60% for Abyss, and again, still in control, getting the kills when it matters, and holding on to this point really firmly.
Yeah, and Wumbology, they really need to contest again really quickly. If they get a nice quick push here, they don't waste too much time, they might be able to get one more. It depends how quick this goes down. With the Winston ult on either side, though, it might keep it going for a while, as Sweet Sato just brushes them back with the Primal Rage, and that wasted time is everything. Because this has made it almost do or die for Wumbology here, coming in with 90% on Abyss' side.
Yeah, final last chance fight. They've lost Bangs already. Oh, they've lost it too again. Pathetic has definitely been a bit of an MVP tonight for his team of Abyss. This is going to get to 99%. This could be just about it. They've lost Gob. They've lost Absence OG. Lenzo trying to sneak around here. He doesn't have a Death Blossom. And I think this one's all but over as a couple of spinning around. And that's going to be the win for Abyss. 3-0 on the Zowie scoreboard. And they're going to be also 3-0 on the Zowie leaderboard tonight in their results. Abyss wins. Nicely done to them.
Well done. Spaz just celebrating with a bit of a disco party there on the end with Zaya. Love to see it. Let's have a look at this Death Blossom here by Spoonzel. I'm assuming he's pressing Q. Oh, well, that's two. Yeah.
So that is going to be the round matchup down there. Dr. Nutter, in the end, after a very nice start from Wumbology, Abyss sort of turned on, I guess, the Jets and ran away with it.
Yeah, they kind of ran away at the end there. It was nice to see Wumbology come back and actually get a retake off on that last point there. But it was actually a very even trade in the end, and it wasn't a convincing fight that they managed to take that point back. And that ended up just Abyss coming back in a bit later, retaking late, and then just closing it out. Their just ability as a team and the time that they've been together really showed throughout those matches.
And Gaima, Wumbology, credit to them. They played well tonight. They just looked like a team that was probably one very small step away from at least matching a team like Abyss. If you had to give any advice to them or something that maybe they should work on to reach that next step, is there anything that comes to mind?
Well, I think what they can do really is just watch that and see the difference between their play and Abyss. Because one of the things Abyss did so well is they just played as a team and they cycled their ultimates. Maybe a bit better ult cycling on Wumbology could have made that difference, as it seemed like Abyss always had that ultimate advantage they needed, and maybe there's just a few things Wumbology need to tweak in their team play to fix that.
I think we'll be throwing this one back to EJ. EJ, some tough games in the end for Wumbology, but they put up a good fight.
Well, they did indeed. It seemed fairly one-way traffic, but they had their moments. They started the map well with picking up that first round, and then they finished strong again, retaking and getting it up to, 80-odd% of what they did on that final map. So good luck to them. They played well, and they'll benefit from the first exposure they've had to Division 1 level Overwatch play, competition level. It's great. And that's going to probably wrap it up for us here tonight. I'll just thank our sponsors again and all our people who've been watching in Twitch chat. And shout out to Crisis, by the way, producer extraordinaire, our shoutcaster tonight for casting all the action. Our sponsors, Zowie, Strive for Perfection. Our broadcast is powered by XSplit. We love to manage our matches through Challenge, and we're all hanging out over at player.me. Come and sign up and say hello. And don't forget, official headset of GameStar is Plantronics. We'll be back on Monday night with more Division 1 action, and we'll see you then. Thanks for watching. This is EJ and GameStar TV, out for tonight.